once again. It's really my pleasure to be here. Today is very important day for the history of England. The reason is that today our newest king, King Charles, coronation day. If you are aware that today it's happening in Westminster Abbey in London, and because of this coronation, government has declared a holiday on Monday. So we're going to get a holiday on Monday. So dear viewers, welcome once again. It's really my pleasure to see you. Hi Raviel Hassan, wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome. So it will be our introduction today. So this is one of the common questions is asked everywhere. Like if you're going for a job interview, or you're in a party, or you like to get to know someone else, what do you say? What things you should say? So today's live broadcast will elaborate some of these features. Okay, hello Najar, Ibrahim. You're watching from Kashmir. That's great. So what do you need to use when you're introducing? Your name, your location, uh, occupation, your likings and dislikings, your hobbies, uh, generally these are the mostly used features when you're introducing yourselves. Okay. Few people have joined already. Welcome Azizur Rahman, you're from Bangladesh. Great. So Mature Ajak, welcome. Najar Nazir. Okay, we don't say myself is a teacher. That's really wrong English. Myself is a reflective pronoun. Remember, we don't say that myself is I'm a teacher. Okay. So you should change this way of introduction. And Mature says I'm from South Sudan. That's very good. Glad to know about that. All right. Hi, Mili. Welcome. Abiba. Namaste. Aziz Rahman from Bangladesh. So I'm doing great, Ravil Islam. So guys and viewers, how are you all doing today? What happened? I'm trying to pin my comment. Where is it gone? Okay. Okay, it's there. So Sana, welcome. Bosley Jackie, welcome. So you can introduce always by these words. Hi Sabrina, welcome. Abdul Basid, welcome. You're from Afghanistan. Okay, guys. Very often this is a very common question: how to introduce yourself. And I will suggest and request, dear viewers, if you can share this live broadcast to your timeline, would be great. Because when you need to introduce yourself, what are the information or which things you like to share with the other person? Okay, so it will help you a lot. So there are different scenarios for the introduction. First one, maybe you have gone for a job interview. So the employer might ask you, can you introduce yourself? Okay. Or maybe you're on a party with a friend, then your friend might ask you, hey, I'm Ali, what's the name? Then you just get to know each other. All right. Uh, so let me see who else is here. Oh, some people have joined already. No, but not everyone is commenting. Chat says, I'm from Sindhi, Pakistan. Welcome. So, dear viewers, this is the newest moderator of this page, Search English. I'm from England, and it's customary that when you introduce to anyone else, you must tell your name. Generally, we introduce by our first name. Okay. So after that, you can tell your occupation. Like the second questions might be, what do you do? Remember, what do you do and what are you doing are not the same questions. Very often, learners get confused with this sentence with what do you do and what are you doing? Remember, what do you do means your occupation. What's your profession? Okay? So, but if somebody says, what are you doing? That means which activities or what action and what are you after at the moment. So always the first thing would be if it is a formal environment. Now here is another important feature. What is formal environment, guys? And what is informal environment? Depending on these two environments, we use two types of English, formal English and informal English. And obviously there is formal expression and informal expressions too. Okay, so basically let me explain what is formal and what is informal. The first, if I go for informal, it will help you a lot. Informal means you know these people like your parents, your siblings, brothers or sisters, your cousins, your close friends, your relatives. And in that case, when you talk, we don't maintain any kind of formality, etiquette, and manners, right? So in that case, you can use any types of English. That's okay. Even you can use slang. But when you're in formal environment like this type of platform, you're in school or college or university, you're in your office, you're in a meeting, you're traveling, or you're talking someone else over the phone, you're talking to your higher seniors, okay? Those are formal environments. And you need to be careful about using those English expressions. The reason is that there are lots of words which we shouldn't use in formal environment, and most of these learners make this type of mistake, like, "Hey, what's up?" You don't know anyone. You shouldn't use this word "what's up." Okay, that's very, I should say, substandard English when you don't know anyone. And also, when you're introducing, you need to be careful about using this expression. I can see that hi or hello. Remember, hello is more formal than hi. We use hello when you like to introduce in a new environment with new person in a formal environment. And we say hi when you know the person. Okay? And also when you know someone else, we say hey. Then you can say what's up. Like you know someone else's name, say Jenny. Hey Jenny, what's up? Or hi Jenny, what's up? But you shouldn't say what's up or hi when you don't know the person. Hello, how are you doing today? Yeah, you can say that. Or how do you do? So it is very important for all of you to use them correctly. Formal hello, apologize. How are you doing? Very good, Rajiv. Thank you very much. Informal hi, hey, I'm sorry can be used for every case. That's okay. So when you're introducing, make sure you always tell your name. Hi. Like someone has asked me, where are you from? Hi, this is Rahat Ali. I'm from England. And at the moment, you can tell your occupation. What do you do? Remember, not what are you doing. Don't be confused. Tell your profession. At the moment, you can say, I'm a student, or you can say, I'm looking for a job, or I'm already in a job. If you're in a job, you can tell what kind of job you're doing, okay? For me, I'm a university lecturer from the UK and also a research student. I also teach English language part time in different platforms. Okay, so that is my profession, my occupation. And I've seen people use to express your age. It is not necessarily important to know people about your age. Remember, that's very personal or private matter. You can't tell your age to anyone publicly. So do not express your age unless it is a job interview where the employer needs to know. Okay? Uh, though it is written in CVs, when you're applying for a job, but yet you don't need to tell your age to anyone unless it is a job interview. Okay? So you don't have to tell the person how much you're earning. That is also not the part of your introduction. People say, hey, I'm 29. No, you don't have to tell you're 29. You don't have to tell you're 43. You don't have to tell you're 17. Okay, and you don't need to tell about your religious belief. Okay, things that you need to avoid. Number one, your age when you're introducing. Number two, your religious belief, your political belief, your marital status. Marital status is not important either. And also how much you earn in a month from your business or job or any other project. So always avoid this type of information publicly and in the introduction. Okay, so these are very important for you to know. To tell your name, that you can tell, I like reading books, or playing cricket is my hobby. Okay, but also you can add some dislikings. I don't like people telling lies for no reason. Or you can say, I don't like people being dishonest. Okay, you can share some of your likings or dislikings. And also you can highlight about your future plan. Like, what are you going to do after 2 years or 5 years? If you want, you can share. Okay, so once again, guys, you're watching this live broadcast from England. I'm the newest moderator of the space Search English. I have just started last week, I should say. Today is the weekend here. And today is also very important day in the history of England. The reason is that our King Charles is getting officially coronation, welcomed in Westminster Abbey, London. So once again, when you're introducing yourself, you can tell someone is your name, your profession, your location, your likings, dislikings, your hobbies. Like some people like reading books, or some people like gardening, some people like watching movies, some people like traveling, some people like, you know, chatting. Yeah, that's very common. So my suggestion would be, because our page is mostly for you to help and support you to learn, develop, and grow your English. Remember, you can help each other. We can help each other. And I have received many messages. I try to respond to those messages in the inbox or message feature. Do not say hi, hello. Do not write this type of you know unwanted messages. Hi, I'd like to marry you. How old you are? I love you. Okay, guys. That really indicates very low personality. So avoid sending this type of messages. So you can write your name, where are you from, your profession, your liking, dislikings. I'm going to read out, okay? Mohammed Ruiz says, watching from Sri Lanka. Markinson says, from Haiti, welcome. Ismail from Maldives, welcome. Mohin Misan, welcome. You want to join with you by Google Meet? Sure. Mohin Mizan, I'm going to contact you. Rakibul, welcome. Amdi Iqbal Hussain says, I'm Amdi Iqbal Hussain, Dhaka, Bangladesh. Laboratory Medical Technologies, welcome. Gibrans from Nepal, welcome. Asif from Kashmir, welcome. Muhammad Fahad, Bengali name, I'm from Bangladesh. Mohammed Masood Rana from Bangladesh. John Say from Burundi, welcome. Khalid Said, we don't say WhatsApp to unknown person. That's really very substandard expression. Okay, Khalid. Shaukat from Liverpool, welcome, mate. I believe that having a good time. Okay, the Madawar Fiza from Pakistan. I'm from Pakistan. Can you tell me short sentence in English? I'm from Pakistan. That's the only sentence you've used. There is no other shorter than this one. Peter from Myanmar. Engineer Kamal, nice to see you too. Mongolian Lagsu, you're from Nepal. Welcome. Franco, thank you very much. Wahid from Pakistan again. Fayu from Myanmar. And Rajiv, I have also said your name earlier. Franco, thank you very much, dear viewers, for joining at the moment. Remember to practice every day. Practice is the key factor for your development. Whether you're a student, whether you're learning a language, whether you're studying in school or college or university, or maybe doctorate or postdoctorate degrees, study is always important. Focus on your studies. Stop using unnecessary media like Facebook, TikTok. Do something which will be helpful for you tomorrow. Remember, it is only you who can change yourself. The best British teachers or the American teachers can give you lessons, but if you don't follow it, if you don't study, you're not going to improve at all. Okay? You have to improve by yourself. Okay? You have to change yourself. So, what are the good qualities you have to make as a learner, as a good person? Okay? Remember, hardworking, number one. Okay? Second one is punctuality. So, doing things on time. Do not be lazy. All right? And third one is make a plan and focus on it. Fourth one is if you know your weak sides, try to develop and grow those sides. Okay? Lubli Chowdhury from Bangladesh, welcome. Shah Samir says, I want to speak here with you. We are trying to sort it out. We'll be inviting you soon, guys. So, still, I'm not sure. I'm new here. Still, I'm confused how to invite other people. Okay. Nisar Mayo from Myanmar. Nero said, I'm a student from Afghanistan. Okay. Sadar from Kingdom of Bahrain. Man Bahadur from Nepal, welcome. Mayo, welcome. Sajid Hassan from Cox's Bazar, Bangladesh, welcome. Kamal Tara from Ladakh. I don't know what it is. When you're writing, make sure you write your country's name. Fio says, I'm a student. Okay, that's great. So, welcome once again, guys. Abdi Rahman Omar Kante says, Dr. Abdi Rahman from Somalia, medical doctor, welcome. I like continuous learning and dislike to be lazy. That's very good. Yeah, continuous professional development is very important for your academic life as well as for your profession. And you'll be surprised to know many professions you have to complete, we call it CPD, which stands for continuous professional development, yeah, which is part of their professional practice that you need to submit possibly 3 CPD this year or maybe 6 CPD in order to develop your knowledge enhance your horizon of understanding of different topics. Okay. Dear Dela Cruz, welcome you from the Philippines. Uh, Akor from Sudan. Muzamil from uh, Muzamil from Pakistan. Kamsara from Bangladesh. Welcome. Yamina Agravi from Morocco. Ahlan wa sahlan ya Maghrebi. Imtiaz Ahmed Kaza says, what's your profession? All right. Kamsara from Bangladesh. Okay. Ashraful Islam Aris from Cox's Bazar. Welcome. Okay, guys, though I have said my profession earlier, I'm going to repeat it for you. This is the newest moderator of the space from England. At the moment, I'm a university lecturer in the UK, also a research student. I'm also English tutor, IELTS instructor. All right. And if you'd like to know more about me, I can share my other qualifications. We call it credentials. Because of my studies, job, and training, I was in Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, Singapore, Saudi Arabia, Germany, and the Falkland Islands. And I had to learn those languages. So I can speak in Bengali, I can speak in Hindi, I can speak in Urdu, I can speak in Arabic, I can speak in basic German language. And learning a language seems to be sometimes challenging, you know. But if you have a strong desire, you can always overcome, because it is you, as I said, who can change yourself. I'm Julius. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome. I'm quite good. Thank you very much for asking. And welcome once again. How are you all doing today, guys? It's my pleasure to see you. Okay, so as a part of introduction now, think the scenario you have gone in a party with your friend, but you never knew these people before. So your friend John took you in the party, and he'd like to meet your friend. Okay, the his friend's name is Brown. All right. Say he said, "Hey, Brown, I'd like to meet my friend Ali." Then you must shake the hand and say, "Hi, this is Ali. Nice to meet you." Remember, when you're meeting for the first time, you must use "nice to meet you" or "my pleasure to meet you." It's my pleasure. Okay. And if you're meeting the person again in another party, this time do not say "nice to meet you" because you have already met the person somewhere. You must tell "glad to see you" or "happy to see you again" or "glad to meet you again" because you have met the person already. So you need to be careful about using these two words. Horon, yeah, do you Twitter I can share? No, I don't have Twitter. Horon from Mali, welcome. Arif from Pakistan, welcome. Mansur Bilal from Bangladesh. Mujahid Raja says, nice to see you. Nice to see you too, guys. And Russell says, I'm Russell from Bangladesh. I'm a student of law. I like sports, politics. Politics is not a good subject at all, but I dislike current politics. I have a plan to establish off an academy in the future. Wishing you best of luck, Russell. What is the meaning of scenario? Scenario means situations, okay, Ismail? Like you're going somewhere with your parents, okay, maybe your friends, and suddenly there was an accident, and we can say, oh, the scenario was, or the situation was, there was an accident. Okay, India says, I need scholarship for master study in chemistry. May you please help me in this regard? I need study visa. No, no, not study visa. You need to have student visa, not study visa, because I want to explore English, environment, culture, and different languages. Imtiaz, for your information, most of this you can get lots of information from the universities. You need to first choose which university you like to go for. Go there, look at the eligibility criteria, okay? And studying in the UK is very expensive. There are much opportunities for the international student. There are different kinds of scholarships are available. You need to find out. At the moment, I can't remember from my name, but maybe I can make another live broadcast about the immigration, scholarship, and student visa. Okay, and you'll get lots of information from here, which will be helpful for you. But remember, in order to study or get scholarship, you must have good knowledge about English language, especially IELTS exam. You need to have at least 7 in academic, because most of the scholarship authority will look for your IELTS score as well as your previous education score. Like if you have a bachelor's degree, you must have at least 60% or above, because it's very competitive. Okay, so these are the two important criteria you must have if you are looking for scholarship in English speaking countries. And you'll be surprised to know, not only from England, there are hundreds of universities around the world that offer you scholarship depending on your IELTS score as well as previous academic score. Okay, so that's the answer of your question. Dr. Kaji Wazib Haidar, Bengali name, welcome. And Elisha says, I'm from Kenya, welcome. Sardar Zahid said, Assalamu alaikum, I'm Muhammad Zahid from Pakistan. I teach Holy Quran. I'm sorry, I can't do that here, unfortunately. And do not advertise here, please. It is really violation of our policy, because this is not your advertisement portal. Mary from Burma, welcome. Mir Alam from Afghanistan, welcome. To Abu Bakar from Dhaka, Bangladesh, welcome. Florent Olivier from Timor, welcome. Elias, I've already read your name. Thank you very much. And once again, guys, you're watching this live broadcast from the United Kingdom. Our local time is 4:14 p.m. Saturday afternoon. It is the King Charles Coronation Day in the UK, and which is why you have been given holiday on Monday. So Monday is off for everyone. We call it bank holiday. Bank holiday means when the government, announces a holiday for each and every person, and obviously, uh, you know, you have to stay at home. Everything's closed. Schools, colleges, universities, banks, offices, everything. All right. Hi, Mina says, I'm from Nigeria, Maiduguri. Welcome. All right. Elias says, I'm a student. Elias says, we have no option to learn higher education. If you have a strong desire, there is always a way. You need to find out your own way. Okay. So, dear viewers, if you have got any questions or anything to ask, you can ask here so that I can answer it. By the way, last week I gave a grammar test. I have been to Paris. Most of the students or most of the people answered it incorrectly. I have been to Paris this year. Remember, have been here is a present perfect. And the options were A, this year. The second option was B, last year. Another option was never. Possible another was none of these. Another was I'm not sure. Okay. So remember, when we use present perfect, we need to understand present perfect limits the time of present. What is happening or at the moment, or what has happened maybe a little while ago. So when the sentence says I have been to Paris, here the been is the past participle form of be. Okay. I'm writing it on the comment section, guys. I have been to Paris this year. Okay, which means that this year has not finished yet. Okay, and some people say, no, it should be last year. No, remember, guys, last year is the situation which is gone. We need to understand when you use tense always deals with that time. As long as you understand the time, how the time is related to our sentence, you can use it correctly and appropriately. Okay. Sadir says, can a man lose his mentality? If somebody's mental patient, it can happen anytime. I have been in Singapore since 5 years. Engineer Kamal said. That is a wrong sentence. Okay? We don't say I have been in Singapore since 5 years. I've been living in Singapore for the last 5 years. All right. But here is the catch, Kamal. When you use English in speaking, conversational English, and when you write written English, sometimes we ignore many kinds of mistakes because in spoken English, almost everything is accepted. But here is a big but. But if you're planning to sit for an exam like IELTS or TOEFL or Canadian English Language Test or Cambridge English Language Test, in that case, it's better to use a correct grammar, correct English. Otherwise, it is going to affect your score. You won't get good score in that case. Irfan Khan says, answer please. What's your question, Irfan Khan? You're coming such a way and asking, answer please. I'm not seeing your question. Hello, Fatima Akhtar, welcome. Shakil says, hello, hi. We don't say hello, hi together, Shakil. Remember, we use hello in a formal environment, we use hi in informal environment. We use hello to the unknown person in unknown environment. All right. So I'm really having difficulties to read your sentence. English purse? I'm not sure what did you mean. Huang, you're from Vietnam. Welcome. Okay, Dr. Kazi says, I'm very much delighted watching your live. It's an excellent initiative. Hope you will continue this again. Yes, Dr. Kaji Wajib Haider. It is my plan to come live broadcast every week because I have got 3 days at home, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Monday I work from home, so I'm kind of free. Saturday I'm at home and Sunday as well. So it's my planning to continue this live broadcast every week, at least one time. It could be more depending on my free time. All right, and let me see how to improve our communication skill. Okay, that is the question from Irfan. I can see your question now. And Suaib Ahmed says how to boost up confidence in speaking English. Okay, that's a really very good questions, guys. Remember, in order to speak well, you need few things. Number one, you need to know the words or vocabulary, we call it. All right. And number two, you need to know how to use these words in a sentence or sentences. While you're speaking, you don't have much time, maybe 2 to 3 seconds. So while you are speaking, you need to understand which word you're going to use and how quick and how accurately. And also, does grammar have the impact on its speaking? It does in some cases. Let me give an example. If somebody asks you, hey, did you watch the movie last night? And if you say, I watched the movie last night, that is really very incorrect. Why? Last night is gone. It's a past incident, a past event. So when you are saying, I watched movie last night, really that doesn't make the correct sense. Your listeners will not understand anything at all, and neither do I. You must use the past form of the verb. We have to understand when you're using any past activities, when you're explaining, make sure you know the past form of the verb. So, in vocabulary, it's very important to know the different forms of the verb. So, the matters are number one, you need to know the vocab. Number two, you need to know how to make sentences. Then, number three, you have to be brave enough now to talk. Some people are really sheepish. Or in another word, shy. You use this word. We don't use this word very often. We use sheepish. They are scared to talk publicly. But remember, there is nothing wrong even if you're making mistakes. If you don't start speaking, there is no way that you're going to develop. The best way to develop your speaking is always speak, talk with any topic with someone else. It could be your family member, it could be a friend, or it could be someone else who is professionally trained. It could be teacher. It could be an instructor. Okay. It doesn't matter how many minutes you speak in a day, but you need to speak. Yes, Kamal, that's the correct answer. I watched a movie last night. So remember, here is the point why grammar is important. If somebody says in present form, I watched movie last night. No. If I say, and if I ask you this question, where did you go last year for your holiday? So it is a matter of last year. Then you need to understand, oh, the person is asking about last year. That means the last year is gone. In that case, you must answer, I went to holiday in Japan last year or Hawaii. I went. Okay, the past tense of go is went, and you must use it correctly. But if you say I go holiday last year, no, that is totally incorrect and inappropriate. All right. Vagwan Das says from Pakistan, welcome. I was explaining, Bhagwan. Rajipal says, how will I improve my IELTS reading module? Okay, that's another brilliant question. Fact is that Asians people do not want to read. Reading is a good practice and habit. You must have good skill of reading every day, at least half an hour. If you read more, it will give you more confidence. And there are some techniques you need to apply these techniques while you are reading. As you know, scheming technique, scanning technique, or deep reading. And there is another one, we call it conventional reading. Please bear in mind that this type of techniques are very important for you, not only for reading, also when you are listening to any um, conversation or teacher's lecture or radio or movies or television. Okay? And also, you need to understand that if you don't understand anything from reading or listening, how you're going to answer? That's a very typical question. Marshi said, you didn't read my message. I'm sorry, lots of messages are passing through. What's your question again? Um, Mohammed Sharhan, I'm giving you some of the tips already. Uh, Sadar said, you didn't get my point. I don't know what is the point. I'm saying that learning ability decreases with age or not. It does, yeah, but not after 30. It could be mental situation, Sadar, okay? Only a qualified health professional can diagnose that person's ability. We call it cognitive skill. Have you ever heard this? Yeah, I'm writing it, cognitive skills. So cognitive skills are those skills which are part of your okay, logic, reasoning, reading, writing, and understanding. Okay, so these skills are all together called cognitive skills. Only a professionally trained healthcare professional can explain you whether you have got that problem or not. But generally, it may happen. Okay, Imtiaz says, we have studied. I didn't get you. Why you're using we? You must use I rather than we. Did you mean masters in education? Sunil says, how can I join lab? We are going to sort it out soon. Shuaib said, how much role tense play? Role is always there. If you do not use tense correctly, then possibly you're not writing your expressions correctly. Because of one wrong word, it may make the changing of whole meaning. Okay? And while giving IELTS is another wrong word. Remember, when you are on an exam, we don't give exam, we sit for the exam. That is one of the common mistakes. Imtiaz, sit for the exam, okay, write the exam, appear at the exam, appear in the exam, or taking the exam. We don't say giving exam. Give means when you're giving physically by hand. Like I'm giving you my book, I'm giving you some money, okay? But not the exam. Exam is you're writing, you're taking, you're sitting for, you're appearing at. All right, I'm trying to read your message. Roxil Khan says, I'm from land of K2. Write the full word. People do not know where you are from. K2. I know it means Karakoram, but it's better to write the full word. Last 2 years, I was completely struggling to speak English fluently, but unfortunately, it come positives. You need to find out this, speaking partner. Let me see how I like to improve my grammar. Well, I got your sentence now. If you want to improve your grammar, you must study grammar well, the basic grammar. I'm going to explain what are the basic grammars you need to study. Mark Hansen says, how many days you make course online? Generally, every Saturday is my planning at the moment, and sometimes I'll be in, what should I say, Sunday as well. Okay. How much vocabulary we have to speak? We don't say how much vocabulary. Remember, much is an uncountable noun, and we use much when we can't count something else. Okay, like your knowledge, your money, water. Like, hey, how much money do you need for studies? How much water is in that glass? And you use many when you can count, like vocabulary, like 2,000 words, 3,000 words, 5,000 words. Okay, and we use also much those untouchable qualities like knowledge, like how much knowledge have you got? You've got much skill. The best way to avoid this is you can use a lot of. Okay, I'm just say hello Lasiruddin Betag, welcome. Nice to see you. I'm very happy and learn many things. No worries, we learn from each other, Imtiaz. How are you, sir? Rajib Paul says, Ajijul Hamda, how are you, sir? Could you explain me about IELTS score? Courses. Oh, okay. Although that give me a moment. I have to practice half an hour, minimum half an hour. You can practice as much as you want. It depends on you. Okay. Um Mad Catch, welcome. Kunta says Nepal, teaching as an teaching as an English teacher. You mean to say teaching English there? Okay. Still trying to speak proper English since 5 years. Another wrong English. Kamal, remember the use of since and for. Let me explain, guys. Then I'm going to explain about the IELTS courses. Someone has asked me the question. Okay. When it's a specific point of time, we use since. Like, I've been learning English since 1985. It has been raining since yesterday. Look, yesterday specific time, 85 is specific time. I've been waiting for you since this morning. Look, morning is a specific time. Okay. But if you want to use the total duration of time, in that case, we use for. Like, I've been learning English for the last 5 years, but still I'm not improving. One example. Or you can say, it has been quite a while since I didn't see you. Look, the last time I saw you and I didn't see a specific time. Okay, so Basco Mandel, you're from Mozambique, welcome. And who else is here? Shuaib Ahmed, I'm from England. Thank you very much for the question. How to study basic grammar. I'm going to explain you the basic grammar as well as the IELTS score and courses. Give me one moment, I'll be back. Sorry guys, I'm back. So thank you very much for being patient. Amdi Milan says I'm Milan from Bangladesh. Mario Mart says I'm from Myanmar. Uh, and Okay, Sunil says, could you please tell me the routine of live class? Generally, it should be this time every Saturday. Mohammed Hadi, welcome. I've been learning English since childhood. That is a correct sentence, this one. You see, we use since when a specific point of time. So your childhood is a specific point of time. So that's correct. Okay, so basic grammar. What are the basic grammar, guys? So then remember, to learn, we need to know perfectly these grammar parts. Number one, when to use capital letter and small letter. Okay, and Rajiv Paul, I don't like this word bro because I'm not your brother. All right, and also the first thing is you need to know how to write lowercase and uppercase. We call it capitalization. Number one, basic grammar. Number two, gender, male and female, and how to identify them. Number three, person, first person, second person, third person. Number four, articles, a and the. Okay, after that, you need to know parts of speech, noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, conjunction, interjection, and prepositions. After that, you need to know narration, direct or indirect, narration or speech. After that, you need to know voice, active and passive voice. Okay, and these are the most common basic grammar. And it's very important. If you don't know this basic grammar, there is no way you can speak well or write perfectly. Though no one is perfect in this world. Nisar says, I'm from Kashmir. Mohibur Rahman, welcome. Inayatullah says Pakistan. I hope that you'll be having a great time. Yes, thank you very much. Uh, Mohammed Amir, Egypt. Marhaba ya Masriya. Welcome. Ahlan wa sahlan. Umar Hayat, I'm from England. Thank you very much. Amir, I'm doing great. Thank you very much. Jimsha said, I'm from Kerala. Remember to write your country name. People may not know the city of Kerala. Roshan says from Bangladesh. Remember to write capital B. How are you, sir? Remember to write punctuations. Yes, punctuation is another part of a basic grammar. If you don't use it, you're going to lose the mark. Mohammed Sharhan says, are there opportunities to study English literature at the University of London? Yes, there are opportunities anywhere in any English speaking countries for literature. What kind of literature is it? English literature, right? Okay. I'm Ibrahim from Bangladesh, Umar Hayat from Pakistan. Okay. Now, important matter. What is the definition of fluency? Someone has asked, can you speak fluently? What do you understand by the word fluently? Fluency is always related to the speed of your talking. So what are the criteria if we can say somebody is fluent? You should speak about a topic without any hesitation, without stopping, without repetition. Also not too fast, not too slow. Let me give an example. I very often take tests, IELTS students, and I always ask them to speak. The one student started speaking. Uh, my name is Burhan. I'm from Pakistan, or my name is what is called. My name is Jordar. I'm from Hyderabad. So different people speak in a different way. But remember, your speed not so fast, not so slow. It should be medium. Okay. And as I said, without hesitation, without repetition, without stopping, which means that when you're speaking, you shouldn't stop. You can give a pause, maybe 3 seconds maximum. Okay. And you cannot repeat any sentences or words that have used previously. All right. So those are the features for being a fluent speaker. Shahjalal Deepu said, I am from the USA. We don't say USA. Okay, welcome. Imam Shaheen says, I'm from Pakistan. Conrad Mohammed, Bauchi State, Nigeria. Welcome. Who else is here? Osman from Bangladesh and Abdul Fattah from Yemen. Ahlan sahlan. By the way, guys, as I said earlier, I speak in 6 different languages. Uh, if you remember, on my first live broadcast, I introduced that I was born in Bangladesh. So Bengali is my first language. English is my second language. I can speak Hindi, language of India, Urdu, language of Pakistan, and Arabic, language of Arab countries, and German, language of Germany and Austria. Because of my, once again, uh, studies, job, and training, I had to stay all those countries and I had to learn their languages. Okay, Ibrahim has a question. How can I improve fluency, not fluent English? Okay, Sunil says, I have a small request. Could you teach us a live class in writing form in digital board? No, it is not possible, unfortunately. Maybe in the future, we'll think of it, okay? Mohammed Siro says from Somalia. SCR says from Somalia. Narayan Bhandari from Nepal. Ash from Nepal. Okay. So I'm going to give a little bit demonstration, guys, because sometimes people say that, "Oh, how do you know that you can speak in Bengali or Hindi or Urdu or Arabic or German?" I'm going to use only one sentence. Yeah. So the first one is pure Bengali. So dear viewers, আমার অনুষ্ঠানে আসার জন্য আপনাদের সবাইকে শুভেচ্ছা এবং স্বাগতম। আমি রাহাত আলী ইংল্যান্ড থেকে বলছি। So this is in pure Bengali. Now I'm going to mold both Hindi and Urdu together. मैं राहत आली मेरा प्रोग्राम में आने के लिए आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत करता हूँ आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद okay so in Arabic اسم راحت علي من مملكة بريطانيا اليوم يوم الواحد صالحين الساعة 4:39 دقيقة أهلا وسهلا للبرنامج so that's in Arabic guten Abend okay so these are some of the words as I said Mamun Ahmed Mayat, you're from Bangladesh. Salai from Myanmar. Jamak says beautiful English. Thank you very much. So, dear viewers, once again, thank you very much for being here. As I said, from now on, our planning is to come live broadcast every week, at least once, or maybe more than once. Okay. I am from Muhammad Abdul Sulaiman. Ahlan sahlan. Somalia. Do you know Somalia? I do know Somalia. It is an African country. Respected sir, in our says I've great love attempting MPhil in education on scholarship in London. Okay, you don't need to tell us your years. Age is not a factor in this country for your higher studies. Okay, the maximum age is for international student is generally 55 years. Okay, so that is the answer of your question. And Aga says I'm from Jammu Kashmir. Mamun says I'm from Bangladesh. Yes, Mamun, I was born in Bangladesh, so my first degrees were from there. Okay, guys. So what is the essential element, or what are the essential elements? Yeah, look, writing correct sentence is very important. So Ahmed from Egypt, Ahmed Abdullah, marhaba ya Masriya, welcome. Ahlan sahlan. Yes, Mamun and other people. So my first degrees are from Bangladesh. So my school, college, bachelor's of pharmacy and master's of pharmacy from the University of Dhaka, Bangladesh. I worked 2 years in Bangladesh as an industrial pharmacist before I got a job offer in Saudi Arabia. That was in the year 2000, 23 years ago, guys. So after going there in Saudi Arabia, I had to learn their language, Arabic, because it is mandatory for every healthcare professional to speak Arabic to talk about the doctors or the nurses, healthcare professionals, patients, and explain the medications, okay, side effects, etc., etc. It took 3 months for me to learn the language, and then I sat for the licensing exam or registration exam, okay, and I had to pass the exam before I started practicing, and that is very important and mandatory. Okay, so how I learned Urdu, guys. In our country, I had an opportunity to go to University of Karachi with a student exchange program, and for 3 months. So I had to learn uh, Urdu during those days. I remember it was the time of your ex Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, and I went there, time there, and I had to learn Urdu language. I was in India for a few weeks as a part of my, journey, and I had to learn Hindi language. Okay, and as I said, when I was in Saudi Arabia, I had to learn before I started practicing as a pharmacist. I stayed there 4 years before I got a job offer from the National Health Service from the UK government. And I've been living in this country since 2004. You see, the use of since, specific point of time. So that is all about me. And also, while I'm studying more, after coming here, guys, I had a strong desire to study more. I'm studying, as I said. I waited for my British passport because studying in the UK is very expensive, which I couldn't provide. So after getting the passport for the citizens, government has lots of features and opportunities to fund. So there is scholarship, there is bursary, there is student funding, loan. So I took those opportunities to study more. So, and I should say a few years back, maybe 4 or 5 years, I had a little bit gap in studies again. I went back to studies. I did my PhD from University of Manchester, and after that, I did my MBA from Anglia Ruskin University, and I did my teacher training course here in the UK, which is 120 hours, TEFL. And after that, I applied for my PhD program, and at the moment, I'm a research student, as I said earlier. Also, I'm working as full-time university lecturer. I teach health and social sciences. As a part-time, I teach English for the adult students globally. And I've been teaching for the last 5 years, and I believe that I have taught many students around the world. Many of my students learned grammar from me, and they started their YouTube channel, their school. They're also earning money. These are my some of the successful outcomes from my students. I taught many students IELTS exam, the strategies and rubrics, and most of my students got 8.5 band out of 9, and the lowest score was 6. And the last time I remember, I taught a student from Bangladesh and who got 7 in IELTS exam. All right, so if Ticket says whatever the language barriers, it is totally your decision how you can overcome it. It's a matter of practice. Okay, Imam Inam says Pakistan. Mohammed Adil says Karachi. Inam says I've done diploma of social science, council scale. Okay, Netherlands. That's great. Is this diploma recognized? I need to speak to the university directly. I'm not sure. If Ticker says KPK Pakistan, welcome. Hamza says Pakistan, welcome. Mahdi, Ahlan Sahlan, you're from Yemen. Akram Hussain, Bangladesh. Fatih from Sudan, welcome. And Aga says, where are you from? I'm from England, guys. As I was saying, my all history of study education. Okay. এমডি রোশন says, written in Bengali, জনাব আপনি অনেক ভালো বাংলা বলতে পারেন. Yes, that's my mother tongue. How I can forget it, man. All right, Inabdullah from Pakistan again. Ahmed from Egypt. Okay, welcome everyone. I'm very glad that you have joined and made all the comments. I'm going to finish my live broadcast in a moment. If you have got any questions, comments, please write on the comment section. It will take time to reply you back. You know the reason why. There are thousands of messages. And being the new moderator of the space, I try to answer only the important messages which I think is deemed necessary. All right. Maria Luz, welcome. Maria says, thank you very much for sharing your knowledge and audience. Remember, studying any language, studying any course always depends on you. You have to find out the way. You have to be proactive. You have to be hardworking. You have to be focused. You have to have good plan. You have to find alternative ways. There are books, internets, online libraries, e-journals, e-portals. You can get help from anywhere. Okay. So the more you have strong desire, you will focus 1 year determinations. All right. Hi, Jahid Burkhardt. Nice to see you too. And Sader says, Red Diamond, welcome. Jude, you're from Sri Lanka. Taslima from Bangladesh, welcome. Jude Shailan again, hello. Let me see. I'm in communication. Banka, welcome. Jude says you're from Sri Lanka. Red Diamond. Sadar from Pakistan, welcome. Um, Thank you very much once again, David. It's my pleasure to see and meet many people. This kind of live broadcast will be continuous every week, at least once a week. If there is time for me, I'll be conducting at least twice. Okay, either once or twice. So make sure once is confirmed every Saturday. My time in between, I should say 1 to 2 p.m. UK time. All right. And Inautila says maximum age limit is international student 55 years. That's right, Inautila. But because now here is the biggest challenge for you now. If you're applying for a scholarship, now if there are 10 applications and their age is less than your age, they'll be preferred because their age is low. Okay. Here is why, how the age is important in internationally your application for scholarship. Mohammed Sharhan from Sri Lanka, welcome. Sita, welcome. Mohammed Janus, hello. So it's always better to look for any opportunity. Sometimes you get fully funded scholarships, fully funded PhD programs, postdoctoral programs, sometimes partial funding. And also, while you're going to the Western countries for studies, there are always opportunities for you to work part time. Okay. Mamun says my IELTS exam is on the 20th of May, but speaking score is not coming as expected. Okay, Mamun, remember when you are expecting good score in speaking, you need to be good listener. You need to understand what the examiner is asking. Try to use the same pattern on grammar or tense. If they ask you, how are you doing today? Don't say, I'm well. Okay, you have to say, I'm doing well. The reason is that the question is, how are you doing today is a present continuous tense. Sometimes, the examiners are so tricky, they ask the question like this. And also, there would be one question, we call it PPF, past, present, future. They will give a scenario to explain the three tenses. And there will be one question about conditional sentence. You need to know what is conditionals. Shiresta from Nepal, welcome. Shari from Bangladesh. Mohammed Kasis, Ahlan Sahlan from Saudi Arabia. What do you mean by special worker? I don't know. I was in Saudi Arabia for 4 years. Kashi from Pakistan. Okay, as I'm saying, the other important features would be focus on your speaking style. The more you use different kinds of word structure, sentence structure, different kinds of vocabs, you'll get more marks. Be natural speaker. Do not try to fake any accent. Accent is not an important. There is no marking in IELTS exam for having accent or not. There are 4 parts in marking in IELTS exam. Fluency, 25% marks. Using correct vocab and words, we call lexical resources, another 25% marks. Using correct grammar, okay, precisely, another 25% marks in speaking. And another 25% marks is on pronunciation. Remember, pronunciation is not like accent. Pronunciation is the two established English speaking pronunciation techniques. One of the British English, which we call British IPA, International Phonetic Alphabets. Another is American English, American IPA. So pronunciation helps you learn how the correct word should be pronounced correctly, with the correct stress and the correct way. Okay. For example, if I say water in British English, the American will not say water, the American will say water. Yeah. Still, that is correct because that is their accent. That is the, I'm sorry, that is the pronunciation. My apology. Okay, Mahin Said, say my name out loud. I'm Brain. So Mohammed Sharan says, what are the qualifications we need to study in the UK? It depends which level you're going to study. If you're coming for the foundation course, you need to have 12 years education. If you're coming for a bachelor's degree, You need to have also 12 years education and IELTS exam. If you're coming from a undergraduate or graduate program, you need to have maybe another degree from your country. You need to contract the university directly. All right, as said Ding Tang from Bangladesh, welcome. You are right to improve people in the speaking to elementary spheres. Dogir Alam from India, welcome. Taslima Taslim, I'm a beginner, want to prepare my IELTS. Can I start? Yes, you can start your IELTS preparation anytime. Ambreen from KPK, Pakistan. Wanna get higher education in English literature at Europe, not at Europe, in Europe. Okay, so we don't use at in this case. IELTS is necessary, yes, for the student visa. IELTS is necessary. All right. Anyway, thank you very much, guys. I'm going to uh, finish my live broadcast. I'll be seeing you hopefully maybe tomorrow. I've got 3 days holiday, or maybe Monday. Follow us, okay? Support us because you guys are the heart of the live stream. Without you, we are nothing. Thank you very much once again. All right. You take care and bye.